Hi everybody, Dr. Debunk here doing part 4 of a whole bunch of videos I'm going to be doing on weight loss. So if you haven't seen the first 3, do that. The beginning of this is going to be some review stuff. I look back at the first 3 videos, and since I'm doing this just off the cuff, because I do this every day, it's a little bit jambled, but you got to look at the first 3. A little of it's redundant. I say a couple things twice as though I've never said it to you, but that's good. This is all good information. But in reviewing it, I wanted to go over a couple points to fill in on the first 3 videos. So as I've made clear, there's a couple purposes of these video. The first purpose is, because it may not be clear, it's going to be informational. You know, weight loss and weight maintenance are 2 different things, and I talk about that. But that's the most important thing that you have to take home. It's one movie to lose weight, another movie to maintain weight. Now, the maintenance stuff that I'll give, all of it, the program to you, you don't have to ever see me. I mean, the program I do is centered around seeing me as a doctor so I can use the medications I use and thyroid hormone, which is people are epidemically low in thyroid, and the next video I'm going to do will be a detailed thing on that. But Americans are just very low, but doctors don't diagnose it because you can't pick up low hormone levels in a blood test. That's just fictional. Debunk. It's false. But there's going to be there's information on all these videos I do that'll help you with weight losing and maintaining, whether you ever come see me and do the program with me. That's the most effective and the quickest, but you don't have to do that. So you can be in any state, anywhere in the country, it doesn't matter. And there's going to be good information here for you. So I want to make that clear. It's good to see the videos to extract that. And most of it is about maintaining. The biggest problem, as I've said, in America for 60 years has been to maintain the weight loss once you achieve it. And the program that I've developed over 18 years, it works. If you do it, it works. But it takes a while to get good at it. So that's the big point I wanted you to get down here is don't think that this is just about me trying to get you to come to me to make money. I mean, and talking about money, I'm a businessman. I do want to make money. But I give people excellent products. I want you to have a Ferrari as a car, not a piece of junk used car. And so that's why there's a ton of free information. But I've realized, as I mentioned already in there, that a group weight loss approach is feasible. And if you only had to make the drive once a year, it's worth it to you to get the information and to see how this works. Plus, as I'm going to get into, thyroid, hormone therapies are natural. They're not drugs. And they've been completely misunderstood by doctors because we're disease treaters, as I said before. We study and treat disease, not deficiency. And it's a totally different world. Deficiencies of hormones make you unhealthy. Optimal levels of hormones make you feel optimally healthy. And so we'll get to that. But I just wanted to kind of bring those points home. And so I just wanted, with that, to say what's going to make this work is you getting other people that you know to look at these videos, if nothing else, to get the information, because it's valuable. Americans, we're just out of control with eating and getting fat. It's an epidemic. It's worse than the pandemic. And so with that, let me get on to the next subject. Okay, so what's the next step in understanding weight? Well, I'm going to go a little sideways and talk about thyroid hormone. As I've told you, weight is about carbohydrates and metabolism. And metabolism, when you talk about fat, has a lot to do with thyroid. So now we're getting into discussion of hormone therapies. And doctors have screwed that up too. And the reason we've screwed it up is because we look at hormones from a disease perspective. But what I'm talking to you about is an optimal health perspective. I mean, you're here to be at a healthy weight that affects so much in your life. And so, metabolism, that word basically means all the reactions that are going on inside your body on a daily basis to make you able to live and breathe and walk and talk. And so the metabolism of fat is critical, and thyroid is a huge part of that. So hormones are powerful modulators in our body. They're the big picture bosses of our body. So estrogen and progesterone make women look and even feel so much like what a normal woman feels like. Testosterone and growth hormone for men especially has to do with make us look and feel and talk like men. But thyroid is universal between men and women. It's the energy hormone. The simplest way to put it is thyroid determines the level of mental and physical energy you perceive. How much energy you have to do physical work and how much energy you have to do mental work. Like today, I'm dragging from just having allergies, and I can whine to you on these videos. It's just been a tough week, so I'm struggling to spit this video out. But thyroid is the king of energy. 80% of your perception of mental and physical energy has to do with thyroid. It determines, shall we say, your basal metabolic rate, or how many calories you need every day to run your body. And so when you're in a low thyroid state, you're in a low metabolic state, and you need a whole lot less calories every day. But we don't eat less. And thyroid, therefore, is responsible for a chunk of the weight gain that Americans keep experiencing, because low thyroid's epidemic in America. So if you're low in thyroid, you're mentally and physically tired. So that's what people call brain fog now. It's like, why, doc, am I tired every afternoon? I'm okay in the morning, but in the afternoon, I get stupid. That's low thyroid. If you don't have disease, 95% of the cause of that, 9.5 out of 10 people, it's low thyroid. And physically too, it's just like you can be mentally tired or physically tired, and just your body's like doesn't have any energy. Now the problem is being fatigued gets blamed on a lot of other things, and when you throw in chronic disease, well, they're all tired. But in a doctor's office in primary care, I mean, it's in the top 3 things people come in complaining about. And here's the problem. People come in with obvious low thyroid symptoms and signs, and the doctor runs a blood test and it comes back normal. And that has caused this epidemic of untreating low thyroid in America today. Because the simple reality is the blood level of a hormone does not correlate really with the tissue level, minimally. The majority factor for determining your tissue level of a hormone is how you feel. So in the case of thyroid, it's a really easy one, because thyroid is about energy. And so Americans are epidemically low, and that's a whole other story. The bottom line to that is every generation since the 1950s is getting living in a worse society, a more polluted society, and so our hormone levels are dropping. It's epidemic. And so, in a nutshell, the only way to diagnose hormone deficiencies correctly is through symptom analysis. But doctors don't want to do that. Now, the reason that's true, even though doctors don't believe this, is because people's symptoms don't match their blood tests. And what we're supposed to believe as doctors is that millions of Americans are making up symptoms just to bug their doctors? I don't think so. So, I'll continue. My time's almost up on this video. And the whole next one will be to finish this thing about thyroid, because it's critical. Because if you're low in thyroid, you're going to be fat and tired. You're going to lose weight slowly. It's very difficult. And so I'm Dr. Debunk, and we'll continue on the next video.